I know I've been hyping it up, but it is finally here. The video you've been waiting for, I've been working hard on it, and you know what? It's finally time that you guys get to join me on my biggest adventure yet as we get on some planes and we travel to Japan. Alright, we are just about to go, and I have got all my bags right here. Got a checked bag with all of a coat in it. That's it, just weight limits, you know how it is. This has all my clothes in it, and then I've got this for the actual plane trip itself. We're gonna pack all this up, we're gonna head to the airport. For the first leg of the trip, that's the Cincinnati to Tampa trip. Actually, it's a little airport called St. Pete Clearwater, but I've probably already explained that. I've got my chauffeurs right over here for the trip. One behind the camera as well, and then that's about it. So we're gonna go ahead and head out to the airport, and I'll update you when we get there. So we're here at Cincinnati International Airport. I'm catching my flight currently to Tampa, Florida, to the small airport that's there. I might not have a lot of time to film some stuff tomorrow, and it's because of our short layover time. So I'm gonna be going through there, and we're gonna try and get as short a run all the way across the Atlanta airport as we can, so I probably won't film that. But this is the first leg of the trip where I go to Tampa, and we're gonna meet up with Tony, and it's gonna be cool, and it's gonna be awesome, because Tony's awesome. I'll try to get some flight footage for you guys, and we'll see how it goes. I've got an aisle seat, so I might not get flight footage, I guess, but at least kind of boarding the plane and where I'm going to be sitting, because it's kind of special, actually. That Allegiant Flight 416 was my flight, and this is the plane, actually, that I took to get to Tampa, Florida. It was a budget carrier, but to be honest, the experience, all things considered, was pretty good, and I think, at least judging by these short videos, you can see the reason why I appreciated it so much. They had like the snack service and all that fun stuff, but being a budget carrier, it was all paid, so I didn't get anything, but the ride itself was pretty enjoyable. Alright, so I didn't get much footage while we were actually on the plane. I didn't want to disturb the person next to me. Tomorrow when we're on the plane, I'll be next to a friend of mine, so that should be a lot easier. But for now, we're at baggage claim currently. We're waiting for my bag to go around. It'll be a minute, so I have the time to film a little update here. If you didn't understand what was going on with that previous footage, I was in the front row of the plane, and I had full extension of my legs. It was very comfy. The seats were a little hard, but you know, it's an airplane and it's a budget carrier. What do you expect? But in terms of the flight itself, could not be better. And just big chillin', waiting for the bags. Update you when we are with our boy, Tony. I wasn't able to get too much footage of actually, you know, deboarding the plane. I did get some in baggage there, but in terms of actually getting to the hotel where we're at now, not really much happened. I got some dinner, and we are safe and sound here at the hotel. We actually have to wake up at 3:30 in the morning, and when I say we, I mean me and my boy Tony. What's up, my dude?
What's up, man?
We have not seen each other for, gosh, how long's it been?
Over a year.
Over a year. It was in a circle, and I left him behind. So,
yeah, sadly.
Yeah, but we're back again here together after a very long time. Strangest of meetups, but the greatest of circumstances.
Yep.
But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and probably hit the sack. I know we look all fresh and spry, but we won't be tomorrow because we're waking up at 3:30 in the morning. I was able to ask a couple questions before we went to bed, though, and here's some footage of that. So we've been planning this whole thing for months. I mean, when did it start? Like,
I don't even know. Like 2020, 2021 even?
Gosh. I remember conceiving this back during the pandemic.
Yeah, literally.
Which, probably not the best time to plan a trip, but we did it. What are you most excited about?
The food, obviously. It's Japan. Like, I'm gonna eat everything.
Is there anything you're super excited for?
I'm excited to watch Tony's reaction when I take him to a maid cafe. He has no idea.
What?
We're gonna go to street food and get ourselves into some trouble.
Oh, for sure.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Anything though that you're particularly nervous about?
I just want to make sure that we don't miss our flight.
Yeah, same. What is there not to be nervous about? The flight, probably. Transportation in general.
Yeah.
Not knowing anything about the language, minus the very, very basics. Just getting around in general.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, man. Flights today. You ready?
Ready as I'll ever be. Right behind me is our plane. We won't be using it for a little bit longer. We're here, as I showed in a little bit of the B-roll, super early. Like, we got here early and then some. We did not need to be here as early as we are. They're doing boarding calls for planes already. I mean, the airport is active. However, our flight is not going to leave for over 2 hours from now. We just wanted to make sure that we could get our bags all checked, which luckily we actually got an extra bag checked. So all we have is our backpacks essentially, which is very, very important right now because we only have about an hour layover to get to our Tokyo flight. So only having our backpacks with our kind of essentials is absolutely critical right now. So hopefully we'll be able to make that flight. We're gonna talk to Tony here for a little bit, and next time you see us, I believe we'll just go ahead and be in the plane and maybe get some flight footage for you guys, some of the first. Tony, you a big coffee guy?
Yeah,
coffee?
sorta.
Well, today's the day I would need it of any day.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, typically, you know, my wake up time is 6 a.m. I do my workout routine and
I'm gonna go with not.
Okay, you'd be correct, but I was gonna say even 4 is a little early for me. Even.
Yeah.
So how you holding up?
I wake up at like 11, so this is rough. This is rough.
I schedule my classes so that I don't have one before noon. Like,
Yeah.
I hate pre-noon classes.
Yep.
So this is something special.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Merry Christmas to us. This is a good early Christmas present.
Great.
But yeah, so I know we've been talking about the Tokyo flight. How confident, or scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you we are going to make that Tokyo flight to Haneda Airport?
Right now, probably like an 8.
I mean, that's better than like it could be.
Yeah.
To be fair.
I think once this plane lands, maybe it'll go up or down. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we supposedly gained 10 minutes in just waiting. I
That's
guess.
huge.
Yeah, our
huge.
arrival time is supposed to be. It was originally supposed to be 9 exactly. Now it's supposed to be 8:51, and that extends our layover to about an hour and 10 minutes. Which every minute counts when your layover is that short.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we're on the plane right now, and we actually are running super early, which is super good. Hopefully the video can pick up my voice. Kind of loud, the cabin is, but we need to be there early because our flight leaves at 10, and we are running about 20 minutes ahead of time, maybe even 30 minutes. We don't know what the taxi time will be to like actually get to our gate and all that, but if it comes out ahead, then we'll be more than chilling for our flight to Tokyo. But so far so good. We're just closely watching. We got our screen here. Kind of shows where we're at. So far so good. I guess that's all to say. I told you I probably wouldn't be able to get footage from in here, but I am because I'm that cool. We are in the Atlanta airport. Me and Tony, we are rushing over to our flight. We got here a little bit early, so luckily I have some time to kind of collect my thoughts. Pretty smooth flight overall. They said there was going to be turbulence. It wasn't as bad as I expected, but that's maybe because I was flying a budget carrier on the way here. But that said, we're going to get settled onto the flight to Tokyo. Should be able to get takeoff footage for that as well. Pretty cool stuff, and I'll see you guys. what you are looking at right now is my flight to Japan. We did end up making it. We were super rushed early in that morning, but luckily we made it just in time to actually have to wait 2 hours because there was a delay. However, we did make it on time, and it was a bit of a rainy, cloudy, stormy morning. The problem was actually with the plane, not with the weather, but even though that was the issue, we were able to get into the air at a reasonable time and eventually get settled in to our flight. We just got food, and it was the food I've ever had. Honestly, the main course wasn't too bad. But there was this stuff that kind of looked like seeds, and it wasn't bad per se, but I don't really know what it was. Yours had that had different stuff in it. His had like apple type stuff, and mine had it looked like oranges or peaches or something, but it was like gritty almost. I don't know, it was really weird. Little lemon bar things we got were actually pretty good though. In general, I would give it a solid 5 out of 10 because I ate it. So, but we've been on the plane now for what, probably upwards of 3 hours, roughly. I'm doing pretty good. Ask me 6 hours from now and we'll reevaluate, but so far so good. The tired has definitely set in for the flights. I think we've been on here for upwards of not quite 10 hours yet. I think we're more like 8 hours or so. We're getting there though, but we actually had our hotel contact us while we're on the flight, so I had to deal with them and basically say when we think we're going to get there. And truly, we have no idea when we're getting there, but we gave them kind of a guesstimate. And then the tired's really kind of setting in. I'm going to try to probably get a little shut-eye just because I need to. But things are a little bit more kind of stressful now as we kind of get closer to actually needing to expect what to do once we get there. And being tired does not help with stress, so hopefully I'll get a couple weeks of sleep and be calm, cool, and collected and be able to see some cool stuff before the day is over. Yeah, that's about all we got right now. Pretty casual, honestly, right now. Just kind of chilling out here on the plane still. And sure enough, after chilling for a little over 14 hours, we finally pulled in to Haneda Airport. And what you are watching right now is the beautiful evening landing into Haneda Airport in Tokyo, Japan. We were super lucky in terms of being able to honestly get a delay in order to give us the time to get on the plane, and then after getting on the plane we had no hiccups with our passports, no hiccups at the airport. We had to go through customs and everything involved with going into a new country if you don't have your visa or anything like that. All we had to do, fortunately, was get our passport stamped. It had been previously that you wouldn't have had to do that. You'd actually have to go through a bunch of extra hurdles in order to get to Japan, but we scheduled it at just the right time so that we could get in with just a big old passport stamp and get straight through the lines and make it into Japan safely. And when we actually got into Japan, we were able to go and see some of the sights, but I digress because that's something that you'll see later in these Japan vlogs. There should be a few to come, I believe, if I'm correct, as of the time of doing this voiceover. There's supposed to be roughly 4 of them, and they're all going to have some wonderful content about the country itself. I know that this is just an arrival video, but at the same time, it is just a preview of some of the many things to come, and I am just so happy that you guys will get to join me on this adventure. And so now, as we pulled into Haneda Airport, we were actually greeted by a friend.